Crypto exchange FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried's stay at Brooklyn Rail prolonged for some more time until federal appellate judges rule on his motion for pre-trial release, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit ruled Wednesday. Bankman-Fried faces a litany of financial crimes related to FTX's November 2022 collapse. He had been out on bail until the federal judge overseeing his case revoked his bail in early August for witness tampering, a decision the former FTX CEO appealed. That appeal will be heard by the next available three-judge panel, the clerk of the court said Wednesday, while also denying his request for immediate release. The timeline on next steps was not immediately clear. Bankman-Fried's lawyers and the government have fought for weeks now over what the defense claims are subpar conditions in the Metropolitan Detention Center. They claim their client can't properly prepare for his October trial from jailhouse bars and therefore needed to be released. That motion is separate from the appeal of Judge Louis Kaplan's revocation of Bankman-Fried's bail. Judge Louis Kaplan last week asked both sides to brief him on the current situation at the MDC by this past Tuesday. But the government and the defense are at odds over what that situation is. They submitted conflicting letters to the court addressing his ability to access laptops with defense material. Kaplan is giving the defense until September 8 to clear up any issues it sees.
Bankrupt crypto lender Celsius Network has filed Wednesday afternoon an adversary complaint against EquitiesFirst Holdings in an attempt to recoup assets, according to a bankruptcy court document. EquitiesFirst is a private lending platform that owns Celsius some $439 million worth of cash and Bitcoin as of July 2022. Celsius first took collateralized loans from the lender in 2019 but failed to return collateral in 2021, CoinDesk reported earlier. Wednesday's filing named both the company and its CEO, Alexander Christie, as defendants. The rest of the document was filed under seal. Complaint against defendants EquitiesFirst Holdings, LLC, Alexander Christie. Advisory complaint filed under seal, a docket entry on the bankruptcy page said. The description said the filing sought injunctive relief under declaratory judgment and was tied to the recovery of money or property. Celsius was one of the first crypto firms to implode when the market nosedived last year, applying for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in July 2022. Co-founder and former CEO Alex Mashinsky was arrested earlier this year and now faces multiple charges, including securities fraud and manipulation of the company's CEL token. The creditors are currently voting on whether to sell assets to winning bidder consortium Fahrenheit as part of the bankruptcy proceedings that could see them regain access to some of their assets stuck on the platform.
Cboe's VanEck exchange is hoping to launch the first spot Ether exchange-traded funds in the US, filing the paperwork for products tied to ARK21 shares and VanEck. The exchange filed 19 B4 documents on Wednesday, formally kicking off a review process. Once the US Securities and Exchange Commission acknowledges the filings, it will start a 240-day clock for a final decision. The SEC will have a number of intermediary deadlines to make a decision, but has traditionally taken the maximum number of days possible to review applications. Coinbase will act as the surveillance sharing partner for both products, similar to the role it expects to play with the broad swath of spot Bitcoin ETF applications currently working their way through the SEC review process. The crypto exchange will also act as the custodian for the Ether held by the ARK21 Shares Trust. VanEck did not disclose the name of its custodian. Should one or both of these applications be approved, it would mark a first for the US. At present, there are no spot crypto ETFs, though traditional financial luminaries like BlackRock and Fidelity have recently started bids to get a spot Bitcoin ETF approved by securities regulator. Several asset managers have recently filed to launch Ether futures ETF as well. The SEC has always rejected spot Bitcoin ETF applications, but recently suffered a setback after an appeals court ruled that its rejection of a bid by crypto trust overseer Grayscale was arbitrary and capricious, given the existence of Bitcoin futures ETFs. The assets underlying a Bitcoin futures ETF have a high degree of correlation with the assets that would underpin a spot Bitcoin ETF, the anonymous ruling said. That's it in today's special segment. For more such updates, follow 3.0 TV or log on to our website at www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code to know more.